Hello everyone, welcome to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph and today I would like to highlight some roleplay related Kickstarters for you. These are all Kickstarters that are ending in the first 2 weeks of January, so for some of them you'll have to be quick in order to still back them. Let's get into the list. Alright, the first project on my list is a Kickstarter project by Morg Miniatures for 80s kids miniatures. So in this project you get 8 miniatures with the children tropes that we know, the popular kid, the nerdy kid, the tough kid, the skater boy. And these are great for role-playing games where you play children, like Tales from the Loop, Kids on Bikes, Monsters and Other Childish Things, or any other RPG which has a very strong 80s Stranger Things vibe, for example. Project has not been funded yet, but they are very close and they are in their final hours. So if you would like to still support Morgue Miniatures and their Kickstarter project, then head down to the link in the video description and hurry up because they're in their final hours. The next item on my list is the Kickstarter project for Tale, the role-playing game by Hans Olaf from Norway. I'm very sorry, Hans. I'm not even gonna try and butcher your last name. What drew me into this project was the beautiful artwork by Ben Beauchot. Very atmospheric. I'm a huge sucker for artwork in role-playing games. So this one hit the right spot for me. It made me want to check out the project. So well done, Ben. Tale is a role-playing game based on diplomas. And a diploma is the educational background for your characters. There's 12 diplomas in the game, and it's basically consistent with the character classes in other role-playing games. So you have classes like the Lore Master, the Alchemist, or a Smith, or even a Globetrotter, which sounds pretty cool to me. The diploma has the unique skills and gear and actions for those characters, and in order to make them less two-dimensional you can also add personality traits and motivations, things like that, all on the same sheet. According to its creator, it's very easy to get into with only a 2-page starter guide and about 30 minutes of character creation, which seems very doable for me. If that sounds appealing to you, definitely check out the link in the description of the video for Tale, the role-playing game. Alright, the next item on my list is Into the Weird and Wild by Charles Ferguson Avery and Edition 1 Publishing. This project has also already funded and will be ending on the 7th of January. Now what drew me into this one? Again, very evocative artwork. And they have a very fun and atmospheric Kickstarter video, so definitely check that one out. I thought that was really well done. What is Into the Weird and Wild? It's a system-neutral RPG supplement full of horror and wilderness gaming. So what do you get? All sorts of strange items, artifacts, spells, monsters, and on top of that rules for wilderness survival, for hunting and tracking, moon cycles, and there's even advice for creating your own wilderness adventures. Yeah, there you go. I knew I remembered that. The book will be released as a softcover, but for all you collectors out there, there is also a limited edition hardcover available. If you are in need for horror and gaming in your group, by all means check out the link in the description for Into the Weird and Wild. The next project on my list is for all you gothic horror and steampunk fans. It's called Gauntlets and Gaslight by Infinium Game Studios. This project is ending on the 7th of January, has not yet been funded, so could still use some of your support, and it's compatible with both Pathfinder and D&D 5th edition rule sets. Now the Kickstarter consists of 3 books, and I'm gonna try to remember them. The first one is Incarne of Aquilae, and I'm probably mispronouncing that. But this is a book of monsters, more specifically golems and elemental constructs. All these monsters have multiple stat blocks, so that means that if you have a party of higher level characters, then you can just take a stat block with a higher challenge rating, and that's very, very handy, in my opinion. The second book is called Artifacts and Artifice, and this is a book of mad scientist steampunk artifacts. What more do I need to say about that book, you know? Like, everybody needs that one. You can do your whole campaign around like one of those artifacts. And then the third book on this Kickstarter project, and this is the main book, is called Gauntlets and Gaslight, and this is where you get all your rules. So all your new feats and spells and new classes even. Please note that Infinium Game Studios is a one-person operation. So that means that time-sensitive Kickstarter backers, meaning people who want to get their stuff on time, you might not want to back this project. Now, it's not me saying this, it's the creator, Jason himself, saying that in a disclaimer on the Kickstarter page. So kudos for doing that. That's really great communication, and it avoids a lot of misunderstandings and angry backers afterwards, angry comments and all that stuff. So if you are a fan of steampunk and gothic horror, things like Ravenloft for example, then by all means check out the link, as always, in the description for Gauntlets and Gaslight. And the last item on my list is the Noticeboard RPG by Wisdom Save Media. This is a side-questing RPG, which also doubles as a handy tool for game masters. What you get when you back the Kickstarter is a bunch of hunt and quest cards. On the front of the card there is a story hook, on the back of the card there is information for the GM on how to complete the quest. You also get a set of D20 dice, you get meeples, and you get a deck of location cards. Now the game can be played in 3 different modes. You have the head-to-head mode, where there is no GM, and where every player is basically controlling an entire party, entire adventuring party of 4 adventurers. And the goal is, of course, to become the most successful adventuring party. There is also the cooperative mode, where you play together, and the goal is to clear the notice board of quests within 5 days. And then there is the classic GM versus player mode, where the GM controls a rival party of adventurers, and again the goal is to become the most successful one. The project has been funded, it's ending on the 10th of January. What I thought was really neat about this project is that not only is this a game in itself, but there is also the possibility of using these notice cards as a prop in your game or as inspiration for quests in your regular D&D or Pathfinder or whatever other fantasy game that you're playing. If that's something that you would like to check out, again, the link is in the description. Alright, that concludes my list of 5 RPG related Kickstarter projects that I wanted to share with you. Let me know in the comments which of the 5 is your favorite, and also let me know if you would like to see more of this type of content, if you would like me to highlight other Kickstarter projects. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you. See you in the next video.